Hey guys, hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good twilight, good whatever it is where you are. It's a girl twin day, and if you never know, now you know. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Thank you for everyone who is always here, who was always coming back for your messages. And of course, if you're here and you're learning something, great, awesome. That's exactly what this is for. You know, not just to give you stories and information, but for you to learn from them and improve yourself, right? So you can become the best version of you. So if you're learning something from here, and every time you hear a message, you do not come back the next day the same person you were yesterday, congratulations. You are making yourself into the best version of you. All right. And for those of you who I'm helping draw closer to God and to understand the reason and purpose for God in your life, amen. Amen. And congratulations for finding God. All right. Let's jump into your message. I've already said my prayer. And it's in regards to, well, every message, most of the messages I do is in regards to your divine masculine. But what's happening with your divine masculines right now? They are really going through a change. They are really going through this. And it's not, this change that they're going through, it's not like something that they're making in their daily life, you know, like change a job or change your location. This is internal. This is internal. And the sad thing about what's happening here is that the divine feminine is worried. The divine feminine is grieving. So whoever these divine masculines belong to, no, whoever these divine masculines, whoever these divine masculines belong to, which is, I'm talking about the divine feminine, your masculines are being elevated. They're growing. They're becoming different. They're changing. But you on the other side, because you're not seeing anything, you're worried, you're grieving. And that's why I'm here, to help you to stop the grieving. Like, come on. Aren't you tired of being sad? Aren't you tired of crying? I know I am. That's why I stop. That's why I stop crying and stop grieving over people. Right? But what's happening with your divine masculine is that they are seeing every single effort that they put out in their daily life. Changes are happening. Now the daily life comes in. So you have spiritual changes that are happening, and the daily life changes are also happening. These situations that your divine masculines walked away from because they themselves realize that I want to be happy. I'm tired of grieving. I'm tired of being unhappy. They are reaping the fruits of their labor. Because in the beginning, the reason why some of these divine masculines were stuck where they're at is because I don't know what's going to happen out there. I don't know if this person will accept me. I don't know if my feminine will still love me. I don't know if they'll turn into the same people that I'm running from. I don't know if I'm going to be hurt the same way like I was hurt in the past. I don't know if I'm going to be taken advantage of somewhere else. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make enough money if I walk away from this job. So I'm going to stick with it. But the changes, the steps that they took, those blind steps, and it's because they are looking to God and they're saying, God, I trust you. I trust you. And I'm going to move forward. And I'm going to rely on you for your help. And when they did that, yeah, it took some time to get back on their feet. But everything takes time. So they are seeing now that that decision or those decisions that they made, it was exactly the right choice. It was exactly the right decisions. And it's like they're saying to themselves, like, look how long I've been holding on to these negative people, places, and things. When if I had made up my mind a long time ago to walk away, to let go, I would be prospering more than I'm doing now. So they are reaping the fruits of their labor right now. So divine feminines, there's no need to worry. The changes are happening. The changes are happening. You may not see it, but it's happening. And that's why this journey is about God, because you have to learn to live by faith. You can't live by what you see, or else you're going to go crazy. You're going to get all anxious. Because I want to know, I want to see, I want to see. But once you have that faith in God and know that God has this journey, your masculine, you, your family, everybody around you in his hands, then you'll see how much easier it gets. Your masculines are realizing that nothing good comes without hard work and dedication. And that's why they are saying that if I had walked away a long time ago, like imagine how far I would have been. Imagine the amount of money I would have saved. I could have bought my new house by now. I could have bought my new car. I could have been able to support the new family that I want. But again, nothing happens before its time. So even though we look and say, if we did this that time, if we did that time, it wasn't the right time. Spiritually, it wasn't the right time. So your masculines are seeing now that everything that they need and want, they have to put in that work. And it is because of that work that they put in that they are reaping the fruits of their labor. So your masculines, they are becoming happier. Just know this. They are becoming happier and more confidence within themselves. Their overall energy is a strength. They are getting their strength back. They are standing in their power. They are relying on who they need to rely on for that strength, God, and not people around them that put them down, that makes them believe like you're no good and yeah, I hang on to it. Your divine masculines are so much into God right now. It's like everything. It's like they're manifesting everything they need. It's like everything they work towards, everything they put their hand to, everything they think about doing, and it's something good, something that they want to achieve. Like it's coming to pass. Yes, it's coming to pass. And that's because they're believing in everything. Looking at everything they want, trusting in God, and again going to God and say, God, help me with this. And they're believing that they'll receive it. And everything is working out fine for them. Because your masculines are now putting their trust in God. Your masculines are praying more than ever. Your masculines are becoming the spiritual beings that they need to be. They now have this special connection with God. That's where their connection needs to be. And they figured it out. And they're hanging on to God. And they're taking those leaps of faith. They're trusting in God and they're putting in that work. So they're working on themselves. And they're also working on things in their everyday life. Your divine masculine, they're seeing that with God all things are possible. This is exactly what they're seeing. I'm feeling like I want to just jump and shout hip hip hooray. Well, I always do that, but it's the feeling that I'm getting from these divine masculines. That's how they're feeling. They're happy that they're not relying on God because they see what relying on God is doing for them. And not only relying on God, they are listening now and taking the steps, those leap of faith. They're taking the steps that are needed to get to where they need to be and get what they need to get. So not only are they sitting down and say, okay, I'm going to trust in God, and they're not doing anything. They're listening to their intuition. They're talking to God. And when they hear these, I don't know what to call it, but when they hear God's voice deep down in their heart and soul, they take those steps and they're moving towards happiness and greatness. And trust me, they're happier. Your masculines can now smile. I bet you when you first met them, they weren't smiling as much because of all the struggles they were facing and going through. Yeah, they smiled around you, but that's like the only time. Other times you wouldn't even see a smile on their face. You may be even wondering, like, does this person know how to smile? And that's because they weren't happy. They were fighting so much battles. And you were the only person, the only thing in their life that gave them that sense of relief, that happiness, that joy. And it was true. It was real. And that's why they know that loving you is going to be the most beautiful thing. And they're working their butts off to get back to you and to become a better person and to remain happy. And for you, divine feminines, this is to let you know that everything you're experiencing, it is a lesson. It's a lesson. It is something for you to learn. There is something about everything that you're going through that you need to learn. You need to learn to trust in God. You need to learn to allow God to work. You need to learn to say, God, help me, and allow him to. That's your lesson. You need to learn to live by faith and not by sight. Because we all love to say, I'll see it when I believe it. Or nothing's happening because I don't see it. That's because you're living by sight. And if you're a true twin flame, there's no living by sight when you're a true twin flame. It's living by God. And it's living by faith in God. And remember, nothing happens on our time. We would want it to. Of course I would want it to. Because then when you see it, then you'll believe it. But nothing happens on our time. It happens on God's time because he knows and can see everything. And he allows everything to happen the perfect moment. So you just got to have that faith. And just know that grieving is meant to be short-lived. Whatever worry you're going through about your masculine, cut it out. Like, cut it out. Sorrow gets you nowhere. Look at where you are. I want you to tell me being sad and anxious and worried about everything. Tell me if it changes the person that you are today from the person that you were yesterday. No, it doesn't. You're the same old sorrow and sad person. So you're achieving nothing. Look at the difference when you start to smile and when you're happy. You want to go out. You want to go take rides and walks, and you want to go buy yourself nice things. Don't spend off of your money, okay? Use your discernment. But it gets you up, it gets you going, it gets you making things happen. And that's what the negative energy wants you to do. That's why we love to be in sorrow and pain, because we don't do anything. And we are just there. But when you get out of that energy, you'll see how much you can achieve. Just like your divine masculine. So they're achieving a lot because they're no longer in their sad energy. That's why I always tell you guys, make sure you're working on yourself. Do not let the divine masculine come back around and you are the same sad old person that they left. Make sure that when they come back around, all they can see and feel is happiness from you and strength from you. Not no overbearing energy, but genuine happiness, genuine peace. because they're going to realize that you have changed as much as they have. Because this is one thing nobody wants, and it's for somebody else to come into their life and steal their joy. And I'm sure you don't want that either, Divine Feminine. I'm sure. And if you do want that, well, my friend, something is wrong with you. But don't worry. I'm a life coach, certified life coach. Go on my channel and purchase a session, and I'll help you to get out of that. All right? So, Divine Feminines, seek God's guidance and not your own. Stop looking at what you can see. It's not worth it. Turn to God, because your masculines are doing the same. You're going to let them get ahead of you? Yeah, it's like a competition now. It's like a competition now. You're going to let them get ahead of you? No. You're the leader right now. Step up and seek God's guidance, not your own. Take care of yourselves out there. Love you all. Let go and let God. And I'll see you at your next message. Later, everyone. Love you all. Let go and let God.